All right, guys, welcome back to the False Line Podcast. Here, the best podcast in the world, episode 138. We are here with Zach Wooten, only Zach.
Only Zach.
Only Zach. Why is that?
Man, Eric, last week's episode, y'all probably noticed Eric was a little sick. We made some jokes about it and everything, but we didn't know. And then come to find out Monday morning, we found out he had tested positive for COVID.
I think it's funny how you were like, what, you got the COVID
Yeah,
on the
we
podcast?
were joking about it, and then it turns out like, oh, you really got COVID.
Yeah.
So he's going to be out.
Should
He'll
be
definitely
back.
be next week.
Yeah, he should be back next week. We got tested. We both came back negative. So I paid $75. I was pretty upset about that.
Yeah, copay.
Yeah.
Get your insurance up.
Thought it was going to be free.
I think there is some places that are free, but I don't remember which one it was.
But I think it's also because we did the rapid testing.
Yeah, rapid test. If we would have done like the 3 to 5 day test, it definitely would have been free.
But they take 3 to 5 days?
Yeah.
How does that even... Are you on the line, or is that why it takes so long? Or
No,
what?
they literally send it to the lab, and then the lab sends it back, or something like that. I don't know how it goes.
So why can't they just do that? How they do rapid testing?
Because it's a different test, and they only have a limited amount.
I got you. How you been? How was your birthday? I know you said it was your birthday. You turned 25, right?
I did. I turned 25 on June 25th.
June 25th, 25.
Yeah. It was actually a little disappointing.
Was it really?
It was. I only asked everybody I know. I only asked for one thing. All I wanted was the SpongeBob cake.
Really? I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, I asked everybody. I said, I want the cake where SpongeBob says, "Patrick, you know what's funnier than 24? 25." I asked so many people, and I didn't get it.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me, bro.
I'm pretty sure I did.
No, you didn't.
Pretty sure I did.
I was thinking about getting you cake, a cookie cake, but I was like,
I didn't get a cake.
Yeah, that's kind of damn.
I didn't get a birthday cake at all, which is fine. My mom and stepdad got me some cupcakes sent to my work, but it was the first birthday I ever had where I did not get one cake.
Wow, that's kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
Damn, I bet you were sad a little bit. Like, damn.
No, I actually didn't even think about that until now. I didn't get a cake at all. So it's kind of yeah. And then I worked, and then I came home and I had my family come over, as in Haley and the kids.
Yeah.
Spent time with them, and then that's it. I didn't go out. I didn't do nothing. Just stayed in. Went to bed early.
Yeah.
Went to
It
work
was on
the next
Friday,
morning.
right?
It was on Friday night, and then we had work Saturday morning. So.
Oh, that's right.
But I'm going.
You're going to San Antonio?
I'm going to San Antonio this weekend, which, when everybody sees this, it will have been.
Yeah.
I've already been, but.
And you're going for your birthday or for July 4th, or kind of both?
Neither. We're just going. We've been planning it for a while, and I was gonna go on my birthday weekend, because I was gonna try to get that weekend off.
Yeah.
But another salesman got it before me because he earned it first, so I had to wait till the next weekend. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because it went by who sold the most cars 2 months ago.
That
order.
list that's in the okay.
So somebody else needed off on my birthday weekend, so I just chose the next closest weekend, which was this weekend. So it wasn't really for my birthday. It wasn't really for July 4th. It was just the closest, most convenient weekend.
That's nice.
And it just so happens to be a 3-day weekend because we're off on Monday too. So
you're going to be Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
And half tomorrow.
Dang.
Friday. Yeah. So I got 3.5 days off.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And then you were telling me too that you got a voucher, which was pretty neat. I didn't know that they did that at work. Like
yeah. Only for the Christmas auction. So they have towards the end of the year, like September, October, November, December, you get these bucks, like Alan Samuels bucks. It's like fake Monopoly money, basically. And it's rewards for different stuff. And then you collect that money. And come Christmas time, they have an auction. And it's really cool stuff. They got TVs. Everything.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's not like a little baby auction like that you would see. It's like TVs, grills, smokers, vacuums, everything. So, and also part of that is the travel center that is incorporated with our company.
Do we have a travel center?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's in Waco.
Mm-hmm.
They give trip vouchers to us for the auction. So like they had $1,000 trip voucher, a $3,000 trip voucher, and a $4,000 trip voucher.
Dang.
So you bid your Alan Samuels bucks for those vouchers, and I didn't really care about a trip, but everybody else had already wasted their money. So I got the $1,000 trip voucher for super cheap.
Oh wow.
So I just took it to take it.
Yeah.
So I'm using that for my San Antonio trip. So I'm not coming out of pocket at all, which is very convenient.
That's very nice. So besides that, how's your week been so far? We ended the month at work. How you been? Like, how's this whole week been?
It was a good week. It was the last week of the month in the car business is always stressful. Very stressful because you're worried if you're going to hit your numbers. You got to work every day, open to close. And it goes by so fast, but it also drags. It's like there's too much time in the day, and then sometimes there's not enough time in the day because you got so much stuff going on and you don't have enough time to get it all in.
Yeah, I feel that.
You got to hit your goals, but sometimes it just don't work out like that.
Yeah.
Did you have a good week?
I actually
a good month.
I have a bad month, but I had a good. The last few days been really good. I realized a lot yesterday when I got out of work. I was like, I don't ever want to feel that again. That feeling of like kind of I failed. Defeated. Yeah. And then that deal with that lady.
That one was weird.
Yeah.
That was weird.
That hurt my feelings, and I was just like, damn, I don't ever want to feel this. But I mean, overall, I kind of was like, bet I'm gonna go after it this month. So. Yeah. And then I guess going to San Antonio this weekend. I went this past weekend. Yeah. So as soon as I got off work on Saturday, went straight to San Antonio.
Did you have the weekend off, or was
you
just went
right after?
I don't remember. Right after work on Saturday.
Right after work. Went home, showered, got ready, and left. Didn't get there till like 11, and then I got there late, and then I still went.
They still let you check into the hotel that late?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got there at 11, and then I still went out. I got to get back to the hotel till like 2 or 3.
Y'all went to like the bar? Or?
Yeah, we went to a bar, and then we ended up waking up fucking early for no reason. So then I went to sleep like at 2 or 3, and then we woke up at like 6, 7. Like I just woke up, I don't know, and then we were just talking the whole time all the way till we ended up leaving for lunch.
You know, part of that I bet is because was that the first time y'all have ever?
Yeah.
So
that's kind of weird.
I think at first you're like, because you don't want to like do anything weird in your sleep, so your mind never really lets you get into a really deep sleep. So you're always kind of on edge, and then you just wake up early, and you're like, oh, time to wake up. Great, I don't have to go through this anymore.
Yeah.
But after the first few times, I think that wears off.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. And then the whole day I was out in the sun. I was driving, moving here, going there. Yeah. So I got really exhausted. Then Monday came along, and then it was work all day. Tuesday, and then here we are. Yep. And then we won't be off till. I won't be off till Sunday, but you'll be off tomorrow. Yeah. So I'm still kind of exhausted. I'm super tired, but we out here. But overall, so good. Not too bad. But let's get into what we're going to talk about a little bit today. So I'm going to start with some goofy shit. Some goofy. I know you have more. The topic today is going to be about success and tell a little bit about being a man or a guy, whatever. But I want to talk a little bit of weird stuff, So because I've heard this on the podcast before. So the process of wiping your ass. And the only reason why I think this is weird because a lot of people wipe their ass differently.
Yeah, I've heard that.
So how do you wipe your ass?
How do I wipe my ass?
Mm-hmm. How's the process?
So I get done. I'm done with my poop. I feel done.
How do you know when you're done?
That's the tricky part, bro. Because sometimes you don't know because it feels like you're done, and then you wipe your butt, and it's like really thick. You know what I'm talking about? It's like still really thick, and you're like, I'm wiping a turd right now. Like, that's a turd halfway out of my butt, and I'm wiping it and like smearing it in. So then you gotta like use the whole wipe, the whole toilet paper roll to wipe your butt. I hate those poops. Those happen like once every day or something. No, I'm just kidding. Like once every couple months or so. But I wipe my butt. I get the toilet paper.
Yeah.
And then I go from
okay, so you go sideways.
To back. I lean to the side.
Yeah.
And then go from front to back.
Front to back. Okay, see, I do that too.
Yeah.
But I've heard people go in front. Like
going between their legs.
Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like guys should go like this because they have a dick,
Yeah, you have your...
Yeah. Versus a girl, I don't know. But
I don't know how girls wipe. I mean, I have a daughter, but she just wipes how I wipe because she's seen me. So, but I'm sure women, like grown women, wipe a different way. I'm not sure.
And then, how much paper do you use when you're wiping? I'm someone that uses a lot of toilet paper.
Bro, I use an excessive amount. Some people like wrap it around their hand.
Yeah, that's
I don't do that. No. See, I don't do that because I'm weird about that. I just like get a lot and then I ball it up, and then
No, you don't.
Yes, I do, bro. I like get a bunch of toilet paper, and then I kind of ball it up, but it's kind of like I fold and then I fold and then I just crumple it together and then because I want it to be like a really thick ball so my finger doesn't slip through and anything and get dookie finger.
No, I just wrap it around my hand.
You do that?
Yeah.
That's
I wrap
weird,
it
bro.
and then I just like, but that's me.
But I feel like you can't get all the way in there because I feel like when you crumple it up, like it has a few little spikes in it and it really gets in the creases.
What's like if you like this? I use my fingers. I move them more towards the center.
See, that's
of
what
the
I'm
paper.
scared of, bro.
Oh, it gets
One day
scary.
your finger gonna pop through and you gonna have a doo-doo finger. Come out there with a green finger and be like, what's this?
I mean, this happened before. You know?
Oof, that's tough. Did it feel good?
No.
Oh.
It's kind of nasty.
You never know, bro.
I thought you were gonna say something different, but it seems like we kind of wipe our ass a little bit the same.
Yeah.
And then the other one I heard today was when you get out the shower, what is that process like? You get out the shower, you use 1 towel, 2 towels.
So I actually have a very specific routine for when I get out of the shower. And every time me and my significant other have taken a shower together, she always asks me why I do this because it's really weird. It's not that weird, I don't think. But so I get out, I grab the towel. Well, before I grab the towel, I like brush off my chest and my stomach.
Are you hairy?
Like not at all. I have no hair on my body, well, other than my legs.
Yeah.
But like all the loose water, I'll take my hands and I'll just brush it off, and then
Like-
my legs. No, I'll just do one big sweep, like,
Oh.
and then my legs are really hairy, so I just take my hands and go through my legs and just wipe all the extra water off. She's always like, "Why do you do that?" It's because I don't like my towel. Because I use my towels. I'll use them for like 2 or 3 days straight, which I guess is kind of unsanitary, but I don't really care. But I'll grab my towel, dry my hair off, blah, 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 dry my body, my legs, and then I'm out.
Damn.
And then I just hang the towel back up on the rack, and then I use it again for a couple more days.
That is weird going. That's nothing what I do.
Yeah. And she always, why do you do that? I'm like, because I don't want to get my towel, like I want to get all the excess water
Yeah.
off of me and then just dry off the rest. What about you? How's your
For me,
exiting the shower routine?
I just like walk out. I'm in the shower. I get out. It's dripping all fucking wet, and I get the
You get
mat.
out of the shower before you dry off?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. And I'm just literally like standing butt ass naked.
It's people like you why I hate locker rooms, bro. Because when I growing up at the YMCA, the basketball locker room, anything, people take showers and they just walk through the locker room with their wet ass feet.
I've
and
seen,
get it
but I
all wet.
wouldn't do that.
And I think it's so nasty,
It
bro.
is nasty.
Like I hate going to locker. Like we went to what's that water park called? Hawaiian Falls. We went there, and I walked in there barefoot, and it was like just water everywhere, and it's just
that feels nasty.
it's just disgusting, bro. It's just
Yeah.
like dirty. I don't like stepping in it. It just
Nah, I wouldn't either. But no, I wouldn't do that in no locker room. But at home, that's what I do. And then I use 2 towels. I use them for my bottom, like my legs under, and then my waist up. So for my hair, my chest, and my back, and my stomach. That's it. Just because I think it's nasty to like dry off my
But you
balls
just
and my
cleaned.
butt. I know, but I just think it's nasty. Like, okay, this shit's touching my balls, my butt. Like, that's nasty. So I don't want to.
I mean, I would understand that if you if you literally were doing anything else other than getting out of the shower, it'd be
Yeah.
nasty. But you literally just got done.
I know, but that's
bathing
just how it is.
yourself.
And then I just don't like mixing the both. And I
Yeah.
have a white towel for the top and a black one for the bottom.
That's weird. That's weird.
Yeah. So it's just like black towel means waist and under, and
Yeah.
then So and then I guess when you put on your clothes, how does that? Because the reason why I thought this one was funny was this guy says, "What do you put on first when you get out the shower?" He said, "Socks."
Socks are like the last thing I put on because I don't dry off my feet
Yeah.
with the towel.
Yeah.
Like I walk around and let my feet dry themselves off.
Yeah.
So you ever try to put on socks with wet feet?
Yeah, it's fucking
Bro,
hard.
that shit is terrible.
I know.
But I don't even walk anywhere naked out
For
of the
real?
shower. Like I'll dry completely off and then I put my underwear on the toilet.
Yeah.
And then right after I get done drying off, I hang my towel up while I'm still in the shower, and then I'll grab my underwear and put my underwear on
In the
while
shower?
I'm still in the
Oh,
shower.
see, I don't do
Yeah.
none of that.
'Cause I don't know why I do that. It's just
Yeah.
I've been doing that since I was a kid, and I
Yeah.
think it's because when I was a kid, it became habitual because we only had one bathroom in the whole house. Me and all my brothers shared a bathroom, and it didn't have a door
Oh,
because
was it because like it was?
my
Like,
dad kicked it down.
oh,
So
oh,
and he
well.
never put one back up. So we were all getting ready in the mornings, and we took showers, so it became habitual. I didn't want to get out butt naked out of the shower in front of everybody, so I always just grabbed my underwear, did it in the shower, and then got out. So I think that kind of stuck with me all throughout my life, and now it's like habitual that I do that. So
that's interesting. Because when I was younger and I would visit Mexico, I'm sorry for saying it like that. When we would visit Mexico? No, we would visit Mexico. Every time you took a shower, you had to walk some distance, butt ass naked.
Really?
Yes.
Like outside?
It depends. Like, cause what if the restroom's here, and like, but even if the restroom was there, like it was like a shed or something. It was real open, and you were still naked, so it felt like you were walking around naked.
Oh, that's.
It was weird. And then I took a shower. Like, I mean, yeah, it was like a shack. You're outside, you know.
Yeah.
That happened a lot of times, so I think that's why I'm kind of like chill with like walking.
Yeah,
out.
I guess it just depends on how.
But and then
how you were brought up.
But yeah, usually I always put my underwear first, and then usually I shower at night, so that's all I really ever put in shower.
See, I only shower in the mornings.
Really, you don't shower at night?
I sweat profusely in my sleep.
Oh, for real?
So if I shower at night, I'm gonna have to shower again in the morning. So I don't really. Because I keep my house at 68 degrees. It never goes down. It never goes up. I don't care how cold it is outside.
Even if it's winter?
It's only 68 degrees.
Damn.
Because when I go to sleep, I don't know if it's because I have like nightmares and my adrenaline's rushing in my sleep, but I get really hot, like really hot.
Damn.
So, yeah, I have to take showers in the morning because otherwise I'm like sweaty in the mornings and disgusting. So
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I think it's crazy, like the habits you have growing up, and they just go with you the whole time.
Yeah, I used to be a 2-shower a day kind of guy. But
really?
That got a little overwhelming, and I actually heard if you take too many showers,
bad for your skin. Right?
Bad for your skin. And I used to wash my hair every single day. Now I wash my hair once a week.
Right now? I wash my hair every day.
You're not supposed to.
Really?
It's bad for your hair because it washes out all the natural oils that you need for healthy hair.
So you just let your hair get wet? And then
I wet my hair. I get off like it because the bad stuff will automatically just wash out with the water. But to keep healthy hair, because I've always cared a lot about my hair and keeping it healthy, and I found out that it's bad to wash your hair every single day because you need those natural oils to keep your hair growing and thick. And so it's a fun fact.
Now I
because I used to wash my hair every day.
How did you learn this?
I think I was research because somebody said something to me about it, and then I like looked up the science behind it and why it's like that, and it's actually like a scientific proven thing that you need the oils
for your hair
for your hair.
Yeah. That's
it's like anything really.
I didn't know that.
Like earwax is good. Some earwax is good for you to not clean your ears every day.
See,
because it's kind of like a protectant for your ear.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Yeah,
before.
so it's just like that. Like you don't want to clean your ears every day. You don't want to wash your hair every day. You want to be hygienic.
Yeah.
But you don't want to overdo it. You want to let your body naturally do what it's supposed to do.
Got it. Noted. Interesting. I did not know any of that.
Yeah.
But let's get into the main topic already.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you ask the first question you got on your list.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I did make a kind of a little list here. I was just kind of brainstorming earlier. I'm not gonna go word by word, script for script, but I'm just gonna kind of touch on these. So we talked about how our month went, how our day, how our week went. So it's actually July 1st today.
Yeah.
Well, when this podcast comes out, it'll be July 4th. Happy July 4th, everybody. It will?
Yeah, the 5th.
July 5th. Okay, happy July. Hope you all had a good July 4th. Anyways, so today we're at the halfway point of 2021, which is crazy because this year has went like this.
I know.
From COVID, the presidential crap.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a crazy year. But with that being said, so at the halfway point of the year, are you proud of yourself? What are you proud of? And have you met your goals because everybody has their New Year's resolution. Have you met any of your goals that you plan to have for the year? And what do you hope to improve on for the second half of the year?
Okay, let's start with the first question again because I'm going to forget. What was the first question? The first part of
At the halfway point of the year, what are you proud of?
So I think the most thing I'm proud of is probably moving back to Texas.
Did you just do that this year? When?
I moved in February 16, 17.
Okay.
I had left last year on July 4th. Oh, that's just crazy.
So it's been a year.
Oh,
almost,
my God.
Wait, real quick. Can I ask you before, because this is going to kind of tie in with this question.
Fuck.
What was your New Year's resolution for 2021? Like, what did you want to accomplish for 2021? Did you have one?
Yeah. it's kind of sad. I was in a very bad, like, dark place mentally, and I was
Uh-huh.
like, I just want to feel good about myself and be happy and be proud.
That's it. That's your New Year's resolution.
Because last year I struggled, bro. Like, it was, just,
Mhm.
and it kind of carried over a little bit this year. But so that was, like, told myself, where was I at New Year's? I'm trying to think. New Year's. Where did I spend? I don't even know where I was at.
Me either.
I don't remember.
I didn't even get drunk or nothing. I just
No,
don't remember
I
where I
don't
was
remember
at.
what I did.
Yeah.
I might have. No, I was with my uncle. I think. I believe so. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But anyways, I just told myself I want to be happy. I was already doing the podcast. Just do what makes you happy, and just keep that momentum going. That's what it was. And I think where I'm at, not to answer that other question.
Yeah. What are you proud of this year?
Is kind of leading towards that, because I think since I got here, I was in a very bad place. Like, I was like, man, my life sucks. I've always just felt like I failed myself and my family. Always ended up coming back home. So when I came back home this time, I was like, here I go, coming back home for the second, third time.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I just feel like a loser. So now I was like, okay, I got this job, and I didn't think that I was gonna like this job this much.
The one we're at now.
Yeah. I'm very, like, I feel happy and I feel good about it, because it puts me in very tough situations. And
For sure.
And then so I feel good that, like, now I when someone asks me, what do you want, I know exactly what to say. And it's not like I know exactly how my life is going to turn out, but it's like I don't know what car I want, maybe more, or not so specific, but I know what I want to feel, and I know what direction I want to go, versus not knowing that. Like, I think that can hurt you emotionally, mentally, and everything.
Yeah, for sure,
So
for sure.
That's what I'm really most proud of so far. I didn't think my income, what I've made now, what I've made now is already what I've made more than. I don't know if you ever seen my year to date, but it's more than I made last year. That's kind of
The whole year.
Yeah. It was last year. I'm telling you, it was bad, bro.
Yeah, I only made last year I was in the car business, but before that I think I made like less than $30,000.
Yeah.
Over 20, but less than 30 for the whole year.
Last year was just like 15,000, bro. 15, 20,000. No more than 20. The year before that, it was like 27, because I was working a lot. Then COVID happened, and my life just went.
Yeah, and I think it's crazy how we only made that much, but we still lived. Like, we still got by.
Yeah.
Off that little income.
It's weird.
And now you're like, how did I do that? Like,
yeah.
But I think it's because your way of life changes. You start living a more frantic, exotic, expensive lifestyle. So.
Yeah.
But kind of back to the second question. What do you want to improve about yourself, or?
Well, first, what are you mostly proud of since from the beginning of the year?
I guess it's.
Yeah.
I got to answer my question also. What am I most proud of? I don't know. I mean, I don't really know if I'm proud of myself, because I haven't really met any of my goals. I'm not on pace to meet any of my goals that I've set myself for this year. Other than my family, like my family goals, like making my family happy, giving them everything they want. I've done that, and I feel like I do very well at providing for my family whatever they want and need. But my personal goals, I'm not on pace. I haven't pushed myself to get to my goals, and that's.
Is there a reason behind that? Or do you have an idea why that
happened?
I
was actually talking to our boss man the other day, and it's just because the job we do is so easy, and it's so easy to do so well, and sometimes you just start to let off the gas because you know
how easy it is.
So you stop really trying, you kind of lose motivation, and you just get content. So that's how I've been for the first half of the year. I've just been really content and in kind of neutral. Getting by. Still, I'm very happy with how I've done. But if I was as motivated as I was last year when I first entered the car business, I would be crushing every expectation I had. But I've not been as motivated because it's just too easy. And I gotta get that mental block out of my head, because I've always been the type of person, I like a challenge, and I'm not challenging myself. So it's really hard for me. But
is there anything else maybe that you're proud of, a small thing? But like, I mean, I know you said providing for your family.
Mm.
But
Uh, mm, I mean, I guess my mental health has improved since last year dramatically.
really,
Yeah, I switched medicine, so that definitely helped.
I see.
And my New Year's resolution for the past like 6 years has been just to try to get my mental health right. Like I
Mhm.
want to be normal, like
Yeah.
everybody else, or not everybody else. Everybody else has their shit, but
Yeah.
I want to be as normal as possible. So
Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting a lot better. So
Mhm.
I'm very proud of myself for that. But other than that, I'm not really proud of anything I've done.
Damn. I mean, we'll probably talk about this more of like the guess the bad things
Yeah,
you
yeah,
probably
yeah.
have done. But
Mm.
what's the other part of your question? The second part?
So what do you hope to improve?
There we go.
What do you hope to improve on in the second half of the year? What are you going to do different to kind of?
For sure. I was seeing a video today, and then after last night, it was just like I don't want to felt what I felt yesterday. Just
Defeated and stuff like that?
and then watching something today was just like you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow or the day
Yeah,
after.
for
I
sure.
was like, the only thing you do know is that you're alive right now, and like you can only control what's going on right now. So I told myself, like, no matter what happens, and if you want to do something, if you want to say something, like just do it. Like don't care what someone's gonna think or what your friends are gonna
Mhm.
think or whoever. If it's in the business, like just fucking do it and go for it and live every day literally like it's your last.
Yeah.
Because I mean, just make the most of it, because I want to be very successful, and I was like, if I don't push myself to those limits, I will never achieve what I want to achieve.
Mhm.
So I think that's the biggest thing that I definitely want to improve on. Is I feel like I think I'm a lazy person, but I'm also very driven. So when I like get I don't know if that makes sense.
No,
but
yeah.
Does it make sense or not?
Yeah, yeah, no, it makes perfect
Like-
sense. Yeah, I'm the same way. So,
Like if I see something and it really gets to me, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking do it.
uh-huh.
I won't sleep. I'll make sure I do it, but it's just like I have to have that drive all the time, even
Yeah.
when I'm like sad or whatever. Even like today. Today was a tough day. I was this close, but I was gonna be like, hey, can I like go home?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like 3-4 o'clock. I didn't eat lunch till like 2. I was like all fucking hangry and shit.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You
my
know,
bad, my bad.
and then I was just like, no, I had actually ate.
Oh, okay,
I got
okay.
to eat, and then I got to eat the pizza you brought me.
Yeah.
So it was fine, but it's just like I gotta push through these days and treat these days like tomorrow I got fired. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But that's definitely what I'm gonna improve on for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
What is it for you?
Yeah, it's just I still wanna get the goal that I set for myself by the end of the year. And I'm not close at all. So
What do you mean by goal? Like money?
Yeah, like
Mhm.
my financial goal,
Mhm.
which there's no particular reason I want to meet this goal or
Mhm.
why I set this goal for myself. It's just I know what I did last year,
Mm.
and then now that I kind of know what I'm doing a little bit better, I think that I should be able to double what I did last year,
Yeah.
and I'm not. So I just got to find a way to keep myself
Motivated?
motivated, because I'll take that. I'm always very motivated.
Uh-huh.
I'm just not motivated enough to
I
get
get it.
up and do something about it.
Mhm.
I have all these plans in my head, and I also have really bad commitment issues.
Mhm.
Not like in relationships, but like I'm always looking for other ways to make money.
Mm.
Like I want to do this, and I want to do this, and I want to do this. I'm always trying to get into different ways to make income
Yeah.
when I really should just be focusing on my main source of income.
Selling cars.
Yeah,
I agree.
I really should just focus on selling cars, and the rest will come. Because I need finances to open up other
Mhm.
sources of income.
Yeah.
So that's where I get my mind. I allow my mind to get way. I try to bite off more than I can chew,
Yeah.
and then it takes my time away from what I need to be doing every day.
Yeah.
So I need to work on that and just being.
I agree with that, because I mean I find myself before, not now because I know how shit is more like, but I was like, man, I want to do this, I want to do that,
Mhm.
and I start researching, I start watching videos, and then I catch
Mhm.
myself, I'm like, why are you doing this when like you have to like work or make this certain amount of money first, and then
Yeah.
you can get all that, and like I mean I completely get that, and that's how now I'm just like commit to selling,
Yeah.
make the money, learn how to make money, and then with that money do something with it. And I mean, like you said, the rest will come.
Yeah. Exactly.
Why do you think you lack, like, what is it? Because I see you like work, right? And when I see you work, and when you work, like you work.
Yeah.
And then there's days that you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is it just because like what you were saying, like you're like, oh, this is easy, so I'm gonna just chill today, or like take it easy right now?
Yeah, that's what a lot of it is. Like,
Yeah.
especially in the first few days of a new month,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, I want to sell cars,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't really need to, because I know I'm going to get through the month and be good. Like, I
Yeah.
know deals are going to come my way.
Yeah.
So I just get lazy, man. And if I had the same drive that I do, like when it's time to hit our goals,
Yeah.
if I had that drive all throughout the month, I would kill it. I would be
Yeah.
a killer. I would sell everything I touch. But
yeah.
sometimes I get lazy and I just don't want to get up. I don't want to go outside because it's too hot.
Yeah, it's
I just
hot.
make excuses
Yeah.
to not do something, and it just pisses me off
Yeah.
that I do that. But I do it, and I know I do
It's
it.
natural.
But it's everybody.
Yeah.
It's part of the business. Nobody wants to work, but I got to get it in my mind that I have to work and I
Yeah.
have to succeed.
And kind of just grind it out.
Gotta grind.
Because even when I meet someone and I might be discouraged because of the customer or because of me, I'm just like, I have to treat this deal like it's the last fucking deal.
Mm-hmm.
And lately, I think the last week itself, I've sold four units have been out. Yeah, 4. And I think for me, I feel really proud of that because
That's good.
this whole month, I haven't really done anything like that. It's like
Yeah.
1 or 2. And I didn't sell more than 3 cars in 1 week this past month.
Yeah.
But anyways, I felt really proud. And I was like, because I've been treating every deal like it's like my last. I'm not letting them. I'm fighting. I'm on the phone, calling,
Yeah.
texting. And it's just like, this is how I need to stay the whole month. I was
Yeah.
like, if I stay like this the whole month, I'll be good.
Yeah.
You know? But what was the other part of your question?
So, well, that was the last part of that question. What do you hope to improve on the second half of the year?
Gotcha.
And then kind of stemming off of that was so what is your definition of success? Like, what do you think it means to be successful?
I like this question.
Just successful in general. It doesn't have to be financial.
But this is my answer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I think everyone has a dream in their head, you know,
Mhm.
like a vision, like this is how I want to live my life. And I think if you can live that life and balance out your happiness, then that's successful. Because I think for me, it's like I can have all these things, like luxurious things, the house, the car, the wife, the kids, everything.
Yeah.
But if I'm not happy, it doesn't mean a fucking thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
So I think, for me, success is finding the journey of being financially stable,
Mm-hmm.
but also figuring out how to enjoy the little things in life that when I get those big things, because when you get those big things, like it's not gonna like you're not gonna get a fucking dust and be like, oh, I'm happy now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like if you don't learn how to appreciate like just this environment with the podcast versus later in the studio, then how am I gonna appreciate something that much more valuable?
Yeah.
You know, if I don't know how to appreciate something small.
Yeah.
So I think that's how, for me, that's what success is: being mentally happy and appreciating the little things, and then also being financially stable.
Hmm.
What about for you?
Success for me is definitely, it does have a little bit to do with finances, because I do, and as much as I hate money, I love to hate it because you need it.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate that about
Yeah.
the world, that you need money to live. And it's not so much as for me. I really want my kids to have everything, which is also bad because I don't want them to grow up and be like really spoiled or anything.
Yeah.
But I also don't want them to ever go without.
Mm-hmm.
But with that said, success is, my dream is to be happy
Yeah.
and with a family and a nice home, nice cars, all that. But with more money, like they say, comes more problems.
That's how. No, I don't
So,
believe that.
Well, this is why. I'm going to explain myself. So when you get more money, you buy more things,
Mm-hmm.
you add more bills, you just add things to your daily life or your monthly, month in, month out expenses that you don't need. Because I got by just fine
Yeah.
without all the things I have now.
Yeah.
So more money, I've added more things to my life. I've put more on my plate. And I know that I can do them, but it's just a lot more that I have to juggle month in and month out. It's a lot more that I have to keep up with mentally. Like, oh, this is due on this date. This is due on this date. This is due on this date. And eventually you lose track.
Mm-hmm.
And you're checking your bank account, and you're missing $500, and you're like, dang it, I forgot that bill was coming out.
Yeah.
So when you got like 2 or 3 bills, it's easy. When you got like 9 or 10,
Yeah.
you start to get mixed up. So you get stressed out because you're like, dang, I had another plan for this $500.
Yeah.
And I forgot that bill was coming out.
Mm.
So it adds stress. Even though you're good with the money,
Yeah.
but it's still, you just lost $500. And before, you had like 2 or 3 bills. You knew what you could spend. Now it's like, dang, I never really know because I don't even know what I'm losing out of my bank account. It's like, dang, bro. So with more money definitely comes more problems. And people, when you don't have nothing, people don't want nothing.
Yeah.
When you have something, everybody wants something. So
Yeah.
it's a lot more, causes a lot more friendships to fade.
But it's like you said, you know, I think money brings out the truth.
Yeah, but it also brings out other people's true colors.
Yeah.
Like say if you have money and I start and I'm broke and we've been friends for a while, but I'm broke and you got money now, I could be greedy and be like, hey, bro, we've been riding together since day one, bro. You gonna break me off?
Yeah.
Like, bro, I'll help you get on your feet. Like,
Yeah.
I will put you on
Yeah.
to get money, but I'm not just gonna buy you this and buy you that and give you handouts. Like, I'm gonna help you help yourself,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna help you live a lavish lifestyle when you haven't worked for it like I have.
Yeah.
So more money, more problems. Your friends turn greedy. I don't have any friends like that,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying I'm also don't have money,
Yeah.
but I want to have money like that, but I'm scared of that aspect of it.
You're scared of that?
Yeah.
I think my perspective on more money, more problems is like if you visualize that, this is where I think about like the law of attraction. Like you're attracting the problems.
Yeah, that's probably true.
That's why when I think about more money, I'm just like, I don't think about problems. Like if you visualize that, then you attract problems. That's the only argument I have to that.
As long as you're smart with your money,
Mm-hmm.
maybe more money won't mean more problems.
Yeah.
But just from the rise in income I've had from a couple years ago to now, I'm by no means have a lot of money, but
Yeah.
I've definitely spent. I try to live below my means, but I've like last year especially, I lived way above my means, and I got through. I was able to live comfortably still and pay for everything, but it's just I added a lot more to my plate that really wasn't necessary.
Like what? Can you mind tell me an example? I'm
Like-
just curious.
Like right now, I have the best internet, the best cable. I don't watch cable. I barely use my internet,
Yeah.
but I have the best,
Like the fastest?
the fastest. 1 gig,
Oh.
$300 a month for my bill. I don't need that. I could pay $60 a month and get just base internet and be fine.
Yeah, that's me.
I have to have a TV in every room. Most of them ain't even hooked up, bro. I still got like 3 TVs in my garage.
Do you really?
Yes.
You might have to sell me one.
Yeah, I got one in there that's never been turned. It's been turned on a couple times when I'm playing pool,
Yeah.
and I want to watch the game or something. I have a TV in the front room.
Yeah, I seen that.
It's never been turned on. The only TV that's ever been turned on, bro, is in my bedroom. So I'm buying stuff to fill, like, because I want my house to feel full.
Yeah.
But if you go in my garage, half of my house is in my garage. I have not unpacked. And all
Damn.
that is money that I spent on things
Yeah.
that I'm not even using. So that's what I mean. I'm living
Yeah.
more lavish than I even need. Because all I need is a bed, a TV, and a couple bottles of water.
Yeah.
And a can of dip. And I'm good.
Exactly.
But I get more than what I need, and I live above my means.
Do you think that's bad though? Because I'm the same way when it comes to like electronics. At least I'm like I want to have a TV in every room.
Yeah.
No good reason, but
Yeah.
just to have
Yeah,
it.
Just to have it.
Do you think that's bad to be like that?
So the way I look at it is like when I buy something, I'll look at it as like a miniature investment. So, and nothing's really an investment because everything's depreciates. So, but when I buy something, it's like, what can I buy that if I get tired of, I can sell, that somebody will buy quickly. So I buy a lot of TVs, but I know if I ever want to get rid of one, I can sell it like that.
Yeah.
So it's
that's
like
true.
I buy stuff to sell it.
Yeah.
Pretty much when I'm done with it.
Uh-huh.
I get my use out of it, and then I'm ready to sell it.
That's
So
interesting.
I don't think it's a bad thing,
Mhm.
and it's better to have it. It's better to need it and not have it than to have it and not need it. Or it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. I said that
Yeah.
backwards.
Yeah.
I'd rather have something and not need it
Then
than need it and not have it. 'Cause
I
what
feel
if I
that.
have a family gathering or something, or a gathering with my friends, and we want to watch all the football games on a Sunday?
Yeah.
I can play every single football game in a different room. So
Yeah.
I couldn't do that if I only had one TV.
Yeah.
And I don't want everybody piling up in my bedroom to watch a football game. That's weird. So it brings me comfort to know that I have things and I can entertain people when they're over at my house, because I want to be the house that everybody comes to. And
that's a big dream of mine.
Yeah.
Like Thanksgiving,
Yes.
Christmas.
I want to be the host.
I want to be the host.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to go to Zach's house, or we're going to go to Will's house, because they're going to have the, like, it's just.
They got the cornhole, the
They got
pool
everything.
table,
They
the
got everything.
TVs. They got everything. I want to be.
I want to be that. Okay, cool. Yeah, I want to be that guy.
And when my kids get older, I want all the friends to want to come to Ella and Easton's dad's house. Let's go to his house. His house is fun.
Yeah,
Like that.
yeah, I fuck with that. Same here.
Yeah.
When you were younger, I think we have this conversation a little bit before, but you didn't have. You didn't have a lot of money, right?
No, we were poor. Yeah.
Do you have an idea what was like the average income you were having yearly?
I have no idea.
No.
I know. No, well, I had it was a one income household, and my mom was like, I think she was like an assistant teacher at a special needs school, and they don't get paid nothing.
Yeah.
So
I'm not gonna. Okay, so I'll put it in this perspective. Do you think growing up, did you think 6 figures was a lot of money?
yes,
Yeah.
I still think 6 figures is well.
Because, and I was thinking about that today.
Yeah.
I was like, it's crazy that I used to think. And this is what I say. I used to think 6 figures was a lot.
A lot, yeah.
Like a lot. And it is a lot.
It is, yeah.
It is a lot. But like, I think now realizing how much potential there is out there, I'm just like, that's not. Like, you can make so much more if you do a lot of other things.
Yeah.
But how do you, I guess asking you that, like, you said you used to think 6 figures was a lot. And were you like, man, like, if you have 6 figures, like, your life is great.
Yeah,
you
like,
know?
life is a breeze. Because I've talked about this in the very first podcast I was on. We were poor until I was about 16.
Yeah.
And then my mom got a really good job, and she was making 6 figures. And I got, like, money whenever I wanted.
Yeah.
Like, we had a nice home. All my friends liked to come over to my house. I had the car. So in high school, I was like, wow, I knew how much my mom made.
Yeah.
She made 6 figures. And so I was always like, man, she gives me whatever I want. We have this nice home. My mom's the only one working, so she's the one paying for all this with 6 figures.
Yeah.
And she's raising 3 kids. Like, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I always wonder, I'm like, what was going on in her head? Like, because she was just like every other parent. You can't say no to your kids. You want to give them what they want.
Yeah.
And me and my brothers didn't have anything we wanted growing up. So when we got older and she was able to do that, she probably did a little too much. And I always wonder what kind of mental state she was in while she was doing that. Like, did she ever spend above her means to make us happy?
Interesting.
So it's kind of like, I'm like, you get a different view when you get older. It's like, damn, I want to make my kids happy, but am I doing too much?
Yeah.
You know?
And then I know last year, like, changing, I guess, career path for the job and seeing, I guess, and I like talking about money because I think money gets like a bad rep.
It does.
And I understand, like, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
It makes people do fucked up shit.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
But I feel and I see the good and the beauty of money. I don't know, just because I didn't have much either growing up for a long time, and even just till, like, I could ask for a few things, like, oh, Mom, I want these shoes, but I would only get shoes, like, a pair of shoes, like, that were $60-$80. Like, that was a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it was, like, every 6 months or every year. Yeah, you got one. I got a pair of new shoes when school started, and I got a pair of shoes, like, for Christmas.
For your birthday.
And and then again for the next year. And now it's, like, I still think it's stupid wasting over $100 over shoes, but
yeah, it's hard for me.
Yeah,
like,
it's hard for me too.
Those new shoes I bought for work, when me and Eric went to go get shoes for
they
work,
were like one something, right?
they were $130. I've never spent more than $40 on a pair of work shoes, bro.
You're lying.
I swear. We were in Dillard's, and I said, do y'all have any cheap shoes? Dillard's they don't have nothing cheap, bro. And I was like, I'm sorry to sound cheap.
Yeah.
I can pay for it. It's just I don't see the point. I'm gonna need new shoes again in 6 months. I don't want to spend over $100 for something I'm gonna have to replace. That's why I don't spend a lot of money on my shoes, because the job we have, we're outside a lot on that hot concrete. It's
Yeah.
going to melt your soles. It
Yeah.
don't matter what kind of shoes you have.
Yeah.
You're going to need new shoes. So I'm like, I can't justify this, but my shoes were literally falling apart. So I had to buy new shoes, and I didn't want to go anywhere else. I was like, whatever. Find me a size. And she found one shoe that had my size. So I was like, I'll just buy those. I didn't even know what the price were until I paid.
You were like, fuck.
I'm like, damn, I wasn't trying to spend more than $50.
That's funny. But I don't know. Just talking, the topic money is super interesting for me.
Oh, yeah. I love talking
But
about money.
what else you got over there?
Yeah. So what is stopping you from being where you want to be at in life?
Myself.
Okay, and elaborate a little bit.
I think everyone should say the same thing though. Yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't, because when people start saying, oh, it's because of this or because of that, like outside factors, even if like it might not be your fucking fault, just say it's your fault.
Yeah.
And giving yourself that responsibility and discipline. But I always say myself because I'm like I was telling you before we started recording. I was like I'm nervous, I'm scared.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like, even earlier today, like call this guy and tell him this. Like I'm nervous, I'm scared. Like, and there's nothing to be scared of.
It's just a mental block. Yeah.
And same thing in the meeting. They talk about this all the time. Like scared of what are you scared of? Like the worst thing they do is hang up on you or block you.
Well, say yeah.
You know, or be like fuck you, like you know. And it's
Yeah.
not a big deal. It's not they're gonna come up here and end your life.
Yeah.
You know.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully not. But I mean, it's not. And then you try and convince yourself and give yourself reasons why not to do something.
Yep.
You're like, no, don't do it because you are scared. No, but it's okay that you're scared because maybe you just get anxiety and like, and you just start convincing yourself that it's okay and it's okay.
Yeah.
And then you do that shit every day, you know. And then that's my biggest issue, that I'm scared to do something and I try to justify it. No, you have really bad anxiety.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. And you're like, okay, yeah, I just won't do it.
Right.
You know, you're having a tough day, whatever. You're sad, whatever. And it's like I gotta, like, even if I'm doing all that, don't try not to justify anything. Be like, okay, I am scared, whatever, but the only way I'm gonna overcome this is if I just do it over and over and over. And next thing you know, that's it.
Yeah, I mean,
For you?
exact same thing. It's just myself. I get in my own head, and it's not so much as I'm not really scared to do. I'm not scared of interaction with people. That's not one of the things I'm scared of. It's just I don't know. I just hate the way my brain is. Like I get angry and then I just shut off for a little bit.
When you get angry, like, do you think like, because when I get mad, I like, want to grab something, I want to squeeze it, I want to just throw it, I want to hit something.
Yeah.
Is that how you get mad, or how do you get mad, or what do you feel when you get angry?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I blank.
So then, how do you know you're mad? You know.
Yeah, I mean, I blank, and I know what I say, and I know what I want to do. It depends on what I'm mad about. If I'm mad about, I've always resolved to hitting things. Like, I've always had holes in my walls.
Damn.
Now I don't really do that. I'm not really a violent person. Now I just kind of, I go in my car, I listen to music, I take a drive, and that's kind of how I release my anger. Or sometimes I let my head take over my heart, because my heart's always got good intentions. Like I got into it with a guy at work the other day, really bad. Really? Yeah, I really like this dude. Really like him as a person.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, really like him, and I blanked. Like I was mad. I was ready to throw down, like right there.
Yeah.
And then, like, not even 5 minutes later, bro, when my head cooled off, my heart took back over, and I felt terrible about it. Like I was like, dude, because I don't know. I hate when my head gets in the way of my heart, because I always want to be nice to everybody. Sometimes you just snap, and you can't help it. It's like the straw that broke the camel's back, and I just blew.
Yeah. Damn.
But thankfully, we made amends. I went to him and apologized.
Oh, you did already?
I did. We had about a 20-minute talk. Yesterday when you called me, remember I said I'm talking to this person. I'm heading to front. We had like a 20-minute conversation. One of the hardest things for me to do to anybody is apologize. Yeah. So, but I knew I was in the wrong. I knew I was way out of the line. So I apologized. I feel very good about it now because it was eating me alive.
Damn.
How bad I felt about it. Because I was mad, bro.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's just I got to stop getting angry. I just got to stop being angry.
Yeah.
And taking things so personal. I take a lot of things personal, and that's a big problem of mine. So.
And then you say you blank out, like you just like doze off. Link out?
No,
Or?
it's like my mind just goes blank and my mouth just shoots stuff out. Like my mind's not blank. I just start thinking the worst things, and
That's right.
my mind doesn't take any time to process what I'm thinking. It just blurts it out. So like my mind doesn't actually go blank. It just like stops caring. Like my brain just is like, oh, just say whatever you're thinking, and it's not good when I'm mad. So yeah, I just
Interesting.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's good that you like went and apologized.
yeah.
Not a lot of
that was
people do
hard
that.
for me, bro. It
No,
was.
I
It
bet.
took me a few days.
And then I mean, I told you, I was like, you should apologize.
I know.
You know, and
I
go
know.
for it, because if not, like, that's gonna.
Yeah.
It's just not. I don't know. I think there's a few people that maybe I don't get along with, and just in my everyday life, whether it's at work, outside of work. But I try and just have that respect there, because I think that's just the best way to have relationships with people.
For sure.
Do you have anything else on there?
Actually, a few things.
Okay, what else
We
is
can,
there?
we can move through quick. So, do you ever find yourself getting unmotivated, and why do you think this happens?
I think that ties into the making excuses in your head. Maybe at one point you kind of, I've always had this issue where I'm just like, oh, this is how my life is,
Yeah.
and you start to slowly accept that.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, oh, this is just my life. It sucks. I'm just sad. I'm just depressed. Like, I'm never gonna make this much money. That's just my life.
Yeah.
And then I don't think like that at all ever. I'm just like, stop being a fucking bitch and
Yeah. So
make it happen.
that was my next question.
Mhm.
What do you do to get your mind back on track?
Yeah,
Is
I
that-
just I've always been very motivational, so I like go on YouTube, look up a
Yeah,
motivational video,
yeah.
and do that. And be like, you know what, like, man, I can do it.
Yeah.
You know. And now it's a lot. It's right now what I feel. It's a lot more understanding process. Like, it's gonna be tough. It's never gonna be easy. And even when I am successful, right now how I feel, I'm probably still gonna feel the same way.
Yeah.
I might feel a little bit more fulfilled and happy because I might have a family and I might have kids. But I think the tough days are never gonna go away.
Yeah.
It might, maybe just how I handle them is gonna be different, but besides that, it's probably gonna be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about for you?
Yeah, I get unmotivated like we talked about already all the time.
Yeah.
I just got to tell myself, like, if you want this, you
Mhm.
got to do this.
Yeah.
Like, there's no shortcuts. There's no ways around it.
Mhm.
Stop trying to skip in line, skip
Mhm.
steps. You're trying to skip steps to get to the same result. Like,
Mhm.
you gotta keep the path. You gotta stay on track to get to where you want to be. You got to take the steps it takes to get there.
Mhm.
And sometimes I just got to remind myself, I'm like, I want my kids to have this. I want us to be able to do this. I want to retire at an early age so I can travel.
Yeah.
I can't do this if I'm over here being unmotivated, because there's not a lot of time in a day,
Mhm.
and half of your day, or 7-8 hours of your day, is spent sleeping.
Yeah.
Every
Very
other
true.
second of the day should be spent bettering yourself somehow.
Yeah.
That's what I tell myself. That I just can't get myself on board with that. It's hard for me, but I do try. I'm like, dude, you gotta do
You know
something.
what irks me? What you've told me the last few days?
What's
What are
that?
you doing to be better today? What are you doing different?
Yeah, I've been.
And I'm just like, I get mad. I'm just like, fuck, I ain't doing shit
I
different.
know. I try to give you
Yeah,
a daily
yeah, yeah.
reminder, bro. Like, what are
Yeah.
you gonna do different today?
Mhm.
What are you
And I think
doing
it's
to better
important.
yourself?
I think that's so important. It could be the smallest thing, man. Like, that I've noticed, as I've done it in the past, and I do it a few days. And lately, I've been doing a lot of things differently.
Mhm.
But it could be the smallest thing. Just sending out more texts, calling like one or two more people,
Yeah.
waking up a little bit earlier, staying a little bit longer, talking whatever you're doing, but just slowly add something every day.
Exactly.
You know, and try to make yourself better. Do you have a question that ties into the definition of a man? Because I really want to touch on that topic for a little bit. Like, before the last thing before we end up.
I don't,
Okay.
but I can kind of skip the last question, but I do want to ask this next one because
Alright.
it's kind of this is an interesting one to me. So, if you can remember, what was your 5-year goal 5 years ago? Where did you want to be now?
Shit.
But 5 years ago, where did you want to be right now today?
When I was 18, so
Mhm.
I just finished high school 5 years ago. I had no fucking idea, bro.
Yeah.
Because at that point, I already knew that I wasn't going to play soccer. I wasn't going to go pro.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I'm going to try and play college soccer. But I was just trying to convince myself that I was going to do that, but I knew I wasn't going to.
Yeah.
So I was just like kind of just hoping for the best.
Yeah.
And then But I've always wanted to play. I was like, I want to become a pro. You know, I've always wanted to be. I don't want to say professional, but I always wanted to be like some sort of fame. You know, have it. I've always wanted it.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I've always did. I was like, okay, I'm a big soccer player, and I think now that's why with the podcast, I was like, okay, I'll find a way, or just going out and speaking. But I've always wanted that. And then when I was 23, I don't think I ever thought. The only one thing I did think was family. I was like, by 22, 23, 24, I should be like in the process of getting engaged, being married, maybe getting a house, something like that along those lines. In the traditional path of going to college, getting out of college, because I was going to go to college. That was my idea. Go to college, you know, get out of school, you know, have a house, have a family, maybe a kid. But none of that actually has happened. I think it's crazy to think like just the time 5 years can change, but even just 1 year. You know, but 5 years ago, I mean, your life was probably a lot more different than.
It was completely different. No, and not saying I'm like a huge success now, but none of my family, none of my friends, nobody. 5 years ago, if I would have told them, hey, I'm gonna be doing this in 5 years, nah, what are you doing, bro? No, you're not. No, you're not.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's crazy.
You were 20, right?
I was 20. Yeah. But I had already been in Texas, so my life was a little bit better already 5 years ago, but I'm still not where I wanted to be in 5 years. And my new 5-year goal, I'm hoping I'll get there. I just got to do what's necessary.
What is your new 5-year goal now? And so when you're 30?
My 30, when I'm 30, I want to be a millionaire. That's my goal. I want to have, I don't care if it's just $1 million in the bank. I want to be able to say, I'm a 30-year-old millionaire, and I'm a self-made millionaire. Nobody gave me a loan. Like some famous people, they get loans from their parents to put them on. They get like $1 million, $2 million, $3 million loans. And you give anybody $1 million, they're probably going to become a millionaire. They just have to make a couple smart decisions. So
very true.
I want to be a 30-year-old millionaire, and I want to be a smart millionaire.
Smart.
What do
you mean by smart?
I want to make investments. I want to set my kids up for the rest of their lives. I want to make sure my family's good. Not so much a smart millionaire. I want to give. I want to be a giving millionaire. I want to give people stuff that they couldn't normally have. I want to put in the work to reward the people that put in the work for me.
That's nice. Yeah. That's neat.
Yeah.
I'll be 28. I really hope so. By 28, I will be because my goal is to be a millionaire by 26.
26. How old are you now?
23.
23.
So 3 years from now. But definitely by 28, I really do hope so. By 28, I am married.
Yeah.
I really hope I have a kid or kids.
Manifest it, bro. Manifest it.
Have a house. Have and I mean that's probably the biggest things. Have a family.
Yeah.
You know, it's probably because I think family to me is super important. Growing up, I seen a lot of family and how important it was. It was just so valued, and I was like, man, I really want a family.
Yeah.
It drives me a lot, and then definitely want to have the False Line. I still want it to be something, whether it's a podcast or show. But I don't think I ever told you, but I want the False Line to end up being a brand for obviously soccer, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I want to have facilities, like indoor facilities, sports complexes, whatever. And that's what I want the False Line to be.
That's what's up.
So in 5 years, we'll see what happens.
Got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
So,
but what is your definition of a man?
Definition of a man. I think for me, to be a man, it means to be a provider, to stand on principle, and the only thing a man really has is his word.
Yeah.
So, and your word is behind everything you are. Like, you give your word to something, you stay to that word. I don't care hell or high water. You keep your word, and you keep your principles. Because I've always been. My morals and my principles are what I live by. Like if you say or do something that go against my principles, I will let you know. And sometimes it gets me into trouble.
Yeah.
But I've always been that way. Like if I'm going to be a man and I'm going to have my beliefs, I'm not going to let a CEO, a president, anybody tell me that I can't feel the way I feel. If I feel a way, I'm gonna tell you because
Yeah.
it's important to speak on that. But I think to be a man, it means to be a provider. Yeah, really just be a provider and have principles and stand by your word, stuff like that. What do you think?
I think for sure a provider, a leader,
Leader.
a role model, an example, but always show. Don't be afraid, I guess, to be vulnerable. Really,
Yeah.
you know, definitely always show that you are human. Like, you know, when you're
have
down,
feelings.
you have feelings like that you want to talk to somebody, whether it's your wife or your brother or whoever. But I think having that balance of being like a strong, maybe just dominant leader or a good role model, but also setting the example like, hey, it's okay, like to maybe want to talk to somebody or to let someone know you're not okay or that you need some form of help, whether it's just talking or maybe borrow some money or whatever. What about for a guy or a man who, because I think there's a lot of guys that get insecure or are insecure, but they try to hide it by acting like they're
way.
big or bad. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think everybody has. I don't think there's one man on this earth that doesn't have his insecurity.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Everybody's insecure about something, and they put a mask on to hide that insecurity.
Absolutely.
Every man. So what was, say your question one more time?
I guess just like, what is your thought on that, like for guys that are insecure, or any advice for the guys that are insecure? You know?
I mean, the way I deal with my insecurities is like I'm very insecure about my mental health, believe it or not. But the way I cope with my insecurities is I make jokes of them. I feel like if I can say something about myself to make somebody else laugh, it for some reason it makes me feel better. I'm like, I kind of want to talk shit about myself to make you laugh because it makes me feel better. Like if I see that my struggle is making somebody else happy, it kind of makes me feel good. So
I get it.
I think it's all about owning your insecurities and like taking ownership of them and not hiding from them, not shying away from them. Just really just be involved. Like get on board with your insecurities. Just own it and just fucking do it. Just live with them and just own that shit. Like just own that shit.
So what about for the guys that like are insecure and they over here try and act like they some hard ass dudes?
That's what I'd like to call that little man syndrome, and that's usually used for like short people who act tough or whatever. But I think I'm in my mind right now, little man syndrome in this aspect is talking about like you're narrow-minded, you have a little mind, and you're trying to project a big person, but you're little inside. And most people can see right through you. Like most people, if somebody has insecurities, you can tell that they have insecurities and that they're compensating for something that they don't like about themselves. So really, my advice to anybody is just be real. Be real with yourself. Whoever's meant to love you, meant to be in your life, will fall in line, and they'll love you for the way you are, insecurities and all.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I guess to end I'm about to just say some things and then we'll wrap up. But I think any guy who's insecure, obviously accept who you are and what you want. Not what you want, I'm sorry. Accept what you are and own it, you know, and be proud of it. And I mean, like I said, everyone has their insecurities. But I think a lot of guys, and maybe you are guilty of this too, but I mean, I would compare myself, or you compare yourself to other guys, like, oh, this guy's taller than me, or this guy's stronger than me, or this guy looks better than me. And it's just like that's just naturally gonna happen. You know, it's normal.
There's always gonna be somebody better than you.
And if you get caught up in that, you're never gonna figure out the qualities you have as a man. And then you're never gonna like love yourself, and you're never like I've noticed that anyone who really likes you, you know, like you should want them to like you for who you are. You know, if it's a friend or a girlfriend or whatever it is. But you want someone to like you for you, because if you're over here acting like this hard ass dude, you're attracting people that are attracted to that persona, which is not you. So to me, that's like, it's a fake relationship or friendship, whatever. So for any guys or even girls out there, if you're insecure, accept it. If there's something you can do about it, do it. You know, if it's shaving, going to the gym, or just hygiene, anything, do the best you can. And also too, like, you're gonna you're gonna be honest, and you're gonna see the people who are actually attracted to you for who you are.
Yep.
You know? But I don't really have anything else to say for this podcast.
I don't have anything.
I'm really happy we went for more than an hour.
Yeah,
An
that
hour
was
and 10,
good,
yeah.
and we didn't really get sidetracked.
Yeah.
It was just kind of straightforward and to the
Yeah.
point. I knew it was going to be a good podcast. I could feel this is going to be a good podcast. We have good things to talk about. We really missed Eric tonight. He adds a lot of
brings different energy. For sure.
He brings a lot of energy and a lot
Yeah.
of fun to the podcast. So this is kind of a different feel.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's definitely going to be good to have him back next week.
Yeah.
Even though this is only like my
Yeah.
second podcast as
Yeah.
co-host.
Yeah.
I'm already like, damn, kind of like it was cool.
Yeah.
But it's always good to have that little bit of
No, yeah, for
jokes
sure.
every now and then
Yeah,
to
yeah,
kind of
for
lighten
sure.
the mood. But
Next week
this
should
was
be
good.
fun though.
Yeah. Next week will be fun.
yeah.
We're having a really,
Interesting
really
guest.
cool
I like
guest next week.
A grinder. I like to think.
Yeah, I respect our next week's guest. I'm really
Mhm.
excited about. I respect him a lot. So
Yeah, me too.
It's gonna be good.
But if you stay tuned, are you saying you got anything else to say?
No, I'm good. Just stay true to yourself. Be real.
Mm-hmm.
Love yourself, and allow others to love you for who you are.
Facts.
Don't attract fakes.
Yeah.
'Cause then you become fake.
Yeah. Share the podcast. Like the podcast. If you listen all the way to the end, I really appreciate it,
Mhm.
and I love you.
Yeah. Can you?
Oh, I'm
never.
sorry.
I've never seen you mention this on your podcast.
What?
So in your link tree on your
Uh-huh.
Facebook, there is a spot to donate to the False Nine
Oh, yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
Because even though you do have this, you're
Mhm.
upgrading equipment, but there's always
Yeah. Room for
room
improvement.
for improvement.
Mhm.
Like we could use a new
Camera.
new stuff.
Yeah.
So just speaking for the man himself, if you ever feel inclined to
Appreciate that.
you support the podcast and we watch it weekly, just help us with the improvements of it. I mean, we do what we can, but if you feel inclined, just support. Anything helps to get the man here where he's trying to be. So
I appreciate that.
yes, sir. Link is in the
The bio.
Yeah.
Always. If not,
Yeah.
if it's on a link, it's somewhere.
It's on Linktree for
Yeah,
sure. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah, it's on Linktree. But yeah, for sure. I forgot to bring that up now.
Yeah, I've never seen you bring it up. I'm like, "Hey, why does he have this button? But he
Mhm.
never asked
Yeah.
people to donate. Like, you
Yeah.
gotta ask for their business.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Okay, DG. But that's the end of episode 138. It was cool, different environment, and like we had to adjust because I mean Eric got COVID.
Mhm.
So hopefully next week we come better, strong with better energy. But I hope you enjoyed this podcast and stay tuned for next week. Love you.
We out.